History remembers her son's name. But do you know his mother's? Alberta Williams King. June 30th, 1974. Sunday morning. Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. She's sitting at the organ, playing the Lord's Prayer for the morning service. She's not just a pastor's wife. She's the organist who founded the choir. She's the teacher who shaped her community. She's the pillar who built Ebenezer from the ground up with her own hands. According to documented records from the Stanford MLK Research Center and Atlanta Historical Archives, a 23-year-old named Marcus Wayne Chenault stood up from the front pew, pulled out 2 pistols, and opened fire. "All Christians are my enemies," he screamed. He killed Alberta and Deacon Edward Boykin. Church member Jimmy Mitchell was wounded but survived. Chenault confessed to police he originally planned to kill Martin Luther King Sr., but shot Alberta because she was closer. She was closer. 6 years earlier, in 1968, her son Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. According to documented accounts, Martin Jr. wrote while at seminary that his mother was behind the scenes setting forth those motherly cares, the lack of which leaves a missing link in life. He called her the best mother in the world. And for 6 years after his death, she was the source of strength for a grieving family. She held them together. She prayed with them. She led them through darkness. And then the darkness found her. According to records from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and the King Family Archives, she was 69 years old. A grandmother, a mentor, a woman who had spent decades directing choirs, teaching children, serving her community without fanfare, without cameras, without the world watching. But her story got buried. When we talk about the civil rights movement, we talk about the men who marched. We talk about the orators. We talk about the leaders. We talk about Martin Luther King Jr. But we bury the women who held the movement together. We forget the mothers. We erase the organists. We silence the choir directors. We hide the teachers who raised leaders. Alberta Williams King was not just a supporting character in her son's story. She was a leader in her own right. According to documented research from Black scholars and historians, she founded the Ebenezer Choir in 1932 and served as organist and choir director until 1972, 40 years of service building one of the most important churches in the civil rights movement. According to the King Institute's documentation, her work as organist contributed deeply to her son's respect for music and shaped how he would later use music to move millions. The irony is cruel. She survived her husband's pastorate. She survived losing a son to an assassin's bullet. She survived losing another son, Alfred, to drowning just 1 year after Martin Jr.'s death. According to documented accounts, she survived grief that would have destroyed most people. She kept serving. She kept playing. She kept believing. And then she was killed in the sanctuary she helped build, while playing the same prayers, among the same people. According to the family archives and 50-year commemoration records from Ebenezer Baptist Church, on June 30, 2024, 50 years after her death, the King family gathered to honor her with a program called Faith Over Fear, Love Over Hate. Her legacy was finally being acknowledged, but not because historians made noise, not because anyone demanded her story be told, but because her family refused to let her be forgotten. This is Black History Month. This is the time we're supposed to celebrate our heroes. But we can't celebrate someone the history books have erased. And Alberta Williams King has been erased. She was a musician, a mother, a minister, a mentor, a woman who raised a son who changed the world, and she was killed for it, shot in a church while playing a prayer. Her name was Alberta Williams King. She deserves to be remembered not as MLK's mother, but as the woman who built the foundation that made his work possible. She deserves statues. She deserves books. She deserves to be taught in schools. She deserves to have her name on as many lips as her son's. Because without Alberta, there is no Martin Luther King Jr. Without her choirs and her prayers and her quiet, relentless faith, there is no civil rights movement. The question isn't just about Alberta. The question is, how many other Black women leaders have we buried in the fine print of history? How many more stories have we erased? How many more names do we need to rescue from silence? Her name was Alberta Williams King, June 30th, 1974. Remember it, share it, teach it. Because forgetting her is forgetting where we came from. It's erasing the mothers who held us up. It's silencing the women who changed everything. Never let another Black woman leader's story disappear into silence. Never.